ready to ride. Building up a stand. Good thinking.
Where could she be? My wife. She's out there somewhere. On the ice. She could be injured. Dying. Or worse, those hideous little creatures might have gotten her. Oh, it was a disaster. We were on our way to Orsinium, my wife and I. She's Lady Sovel, ambassador to the High King. She was coming to negotiate a trade agreement. But the ships went off course. Crashed in the storm. And now Sovel is missing. You want to discuss geography? Now? My wife is missing! We need to find Lady Sovel. She was helping people off one of the wrecks. The other survivors. Captain Henriza won't risk any more sailors, but perhaps you could search the ice for me? High King Emmerich relies upon my dear Sovel. If she were here, she'd know what to do. My Lady Sovel. If it will help, I'll tell you whatever you'd like to know. High King Emmerich sent her to negotiate a lucrative trade agreement with Orsinium. But it's probably too late for that now. It was powerful. Practically a blizzard. I think it blew us off course, but who am I to judge such things? I'm not a sailor and terrible with directions. Sovel says I'd get lost on my own estate if not for all the servants. I'm not sure how these negotiations work. It's really more of Sovel's area of expertise. But without her, I don't know who can deal with Orsinium. We did have an orc with us. Skordo. Sovel thought well of him. But you know how orcs can be. The last time I saw my wife. Right after we hit the ice. The storm was raging and everything was loud and confusing. Sovel sent me ashore with the first group of survivors. She stayed behind to help, just like she always does. Oh, please find her.
I saw you talking to that milksop, Ethian. He's nothing like his father, nothing at all. But I don't have time for his belly aching. I need to make sure we don't lose any more people to the cold and the ice. I am. Although I'm not sure that means much now that my vessels are smashed upon the ice. Is there something you want? Or are you just here to remind me of my failures? Off course? What do you know of navigation and seamanship? I'm paid to make port as fast and as safely as possible. I've sailed this coastal sea lane before, not that it's any of your business. If not for the storm, we'd be in Orsinium by now. We rescued Ethian, what more do you want? Haven't I lost enough sailors already? The ambassador's gone. Probably drowned or crushed on the ice. I have a duty to the survivors here. Besides, we never should have come to this land in the first place. On the quarterdeck? During the storm? She was helping one of those green-skinned savages she loved so well. Who can say, though, I was trying to avoid an iceberg at the time.
Did I hear correctly? Will you be visiting the wrecked ships? If so, perhaps I could impose upon you for a small favor. I apologize for even asking, but I have no qualms admitting that I am no match for even one Reeker, let alone a dozen of the foul creatures. If, during your travels, you happen upon a gold pendant, well, it belongs to me. In light of all the lives lost, it may seem trivial, but I spent a month's wages on the pendant. It was to be a betrothal gift for my lovely Eleni. Thoughts of her beauty helped me survive this terrible disaster. Find it, and I will be in your debt. I appreciate your help. The pendant holds a great deal of sentimental value to me. It's a beautiful piece, crafted of delicate gold and inscribed with my lovely Eleni's initials on the back. There is not another like it for 1,000 and 1,000 leagues. Truth be told, I did not so much lose the pendant as I was forced to leave it behind when we abandoned the wrecked ships. It should still be locked away in a coffer in my cabin, if that part of our ship hasn't sunk into the icy sea. You doubt my word? That pains me. Of course the pendant belongs to me. I am the one that asked you to find it. I am the one who described its perfect beauty. And I am the one who needs to recover it for his betrothed. What other proof do you need?
Better than us? Nobody.
You don't look familiar. Which of the ships were you sailing on when we hit the ice? I'm the first mate of the flagship, Matir's Fortune. I came down here to secure the hatches when I saw the ambassador's bodyguard. Then I hit my head. I don't remember anything after that. Now that you mention it, I thought something was wrong. I never sailed with Captain Henriza before, and I never sailed this part of the sea, so I could have been mistaken. I tried to reach the captain, but that's when we ran into the blizzard. I wouldn't want to disparage the captain. She works for Lord Ethian's father, and most of the ships belong to him. Because of the ambassador's mission, they wanted to make an impression. Nobles. Scordo the Knife? He's an orc from North Point. The ambassador brought him along in case we ran into any trouble. He told me that he thought something was going on, and asked me to keep my eyes open. The ambassador? I have no idea. I did see Lady Sovel and the captain having a heated discussion right before the storm hit. Oh dear. I hope the ambassador wasn't injured when we crashed. I'll go check on Lord Ethian. He's a nervous sort.
skill issue. Stay. Let's knock some heads.
Damn crates! I'm stuck! Damn furniture tore up my sword arm. I'm practically useless. Stupid ship started collapsing around me. Figured I was gonna sink before I got out from under this mess. Sure, I enjoy being crushed under rubble as I slowly sink into icy water. What kind of question is that? And just who in oblivion are you? I had a feeling I'd be seeing you again. You do have a habit of wandering into the most disastrous situations. Cold Harbor. I'd prefer to forget about that dismal place. I lost a lot of good friends there. A lot. Poor Darien. Do you remember Darien? He was a good man. Let's talk about something less depressing. How should I know? This may shock you, but I'm not much of a keep-in-touch person. Honestly, I picked up my rucksack and walked not long after you left. Things probably settled down, but I doubt we got all the vampires. Creepy bastards. He did he? Last time I saw that spineless skeever, him and Chorus the Mage were walking away. They left me under here to die. I heard them talking about the captain and the ambassador as they left. He's one of Captain Henrise's lackeys, a shifty-eyed mage who was always skulking around. Didn't like him. Look, help me out. I don't think I can swing a sword right now, but I need to make sure the ambassador is all right. Hard to believe, but not every Breton likes that High King Emmerich made peace with the orcs. They call us savages, and they want Lady Sovel's mission to fail. Captain Henrise wasn't shy about telling the ambassador just what she thought about orcs. That note from Lord Ethian's father. It isn't proof that the captain's done anything to the ambassador. Much use in the cup, so I'll follow you. I suggest checking out more of the wrecks. Or maybe
Let's
she
go.
headed for that tower over there. loot the wrecks. Don't mind me. I'm sure Lady Sovel isn't in any immediate danger or anything.
Focus. Who's next? Fine.
Did you find my dearest Sovel? Please tell me she's all right. Have you found my wife yet? Please tell me that you know where Sovel is. Where could she be? And why did she have to stay on the ship? She cares for everyone else, but refuses to safeguard herself. Scordo, you were supposed to protect her! Impossible! The captain works for my father. She would never harm my wife. Wait, we saw the captain head toward the signal tower. If that's where Sovel is, then I have to go there too.
Damn milksop is gonna get himself killed. Go after him. I'm in no condition to keep any of this.
Hold on to that.
Don't hurt me! My father will pay you!
Really dislike meddlesome developers.
Help! I'm on top of the tower! Sovel, she's not here. And I think maybe that maid tried to kill me. Well, maybe he was trying to kill you. What? How dare you insinuate such a thing? I would never! I'm as at a loss as to where Sovel is as you are. My father promised we would go off course just long enough for Sovel to miss her meeting. She wasn't supposed to be harmed. We were just... It was supposed to... The captain has worked for my father for years. My father... You just can't say no to him. He said that the captain would take care of everything. By the gods, what have I done? Sovel will never forgive me. I truly don't know. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. Terrible storm, all those sailors who died. My father said Captain Henriza would make sure that no one was harmed. We were only supposed to get into port late.
There you are. Scordo found something. While you were up on the signal tower, Scordo did some scouting, and he thinks he figured out where Captain Henriza disappeared to. He went to see if the ambassador was there as well. Just down the path here, he found what looks to be an old smuggler's bolt hole in the rocks. Scordo sent me back so I could tell you all about it. He's waiting for you over there. I'll head back to camp. I need to check on the survivors.
See that cave? That's an old smuggler's hole. I bet my last gold piece that Captain Henriza is in there. Maybe even the ambassador. Nothing really, just a gut feeling. I learned a long time ago not to ignore my gut in situations like this. Besides, I saw one of Henriza's lackeys sneak in there trying to be all stealthy. I'm sure that's where Lady Sovel is. Why would you want to reason with someone like that? Do you reason with an angry Wamasu when it's trying to eat your face? No, you... Oh, ogre dung. What's that fool Ethian up to now?
I know you're in there, Henriza! Where's my wife?
Run back to your father, you pathetic little man.
Free my wife at once, you villain!
I'm going to do your father a favor.
She stabbed me!
High King Emmerich will hear of this, you blackguard.
I knew you were nothing but a filthy orc lover. I should have gutted you the moment you entered our camp.
If you could untie me, I would greatly appreciate it. And would you know if my husband is safe? He's Lord Ethian, and I made sure he got off the wrecked ship with a few of the crew and passengers. Ethian? My husband? Tried to stand up to Captain Henriza. I never expected him to do such a thing. Ugh. Why didn't he stay with the rescued crew? He was never good in a crisis. Tell me, how bad was he injured? Ugh, this is all Ethian's father's fault. What a vile man his father is. Ethian never could say no to him. Henriza was eager to tell me all about it after she captured me. If Ethian dies because of this, I'll find a way to make his father pay. Thank you. I should go see my husband.
His lordship didn't make it. Damn.
My poor Ethian. He wasn't a brave man, but he tried to stand up against that vile Henriza. He did, didn't he? Thank you. Now, I have a job to do. I'll mourn Ethian after I have fulfilled my obligation to High King Emmerich. I'll send Scordo ahead to Orsinium to let them know we are on our way. Perhaps we'll see you there. The orcs will negotiate with me. There's still time to salvage my mission and make sure Ethian's father lives to regret what he set in motion. But thank you. Without your timely assistance, more innocents would have been lost. No, my friend. You've done more than enough. The rest is up to Scordo and me. I knew Baron Matir was a despicable man, but to force his son into this treasonous scheme? I never could quite free Ethian from his father's influence, though. Is it? Ours was an arranged marriage. I suspect that when his father learned of my true political feelings, he was extremely disappointed. Still, Ethian had a good heart, and we got along well. At least we did when his father wasn't interfering. Ethian's father hoped to deal with two problems at the same time. My marriage to his son, and Emmerich's treaty with the orcs. But his scheme led to his own son's death, and he'll answer for that. I plan to tell High King Emmerich everything. I need to focus first on Emmerich's treaty before I can allow myself the luxury of regret. Scordo, I will need you to get to Orsinium as soon as possible.
You could craft something nice with that.
May I speak with you a moment?
Did that skeever Yaus ask you to find a pendant? Oh, did he now? How typical. If that lech has a fiancé, then I'm the queen of Daggerfall. That pendant is mine. It even has my initial engraved on the back. It was a gift from my parents. It turned up missing shortly before the storm. Yaus and we became friendly during the voyage, much to my regret. After one particular encounter, I noticed that my pendant was gone. Yaus swore he hadn't seen it, but then I heard him talking to you about it. Fine, talk to the liar. But be careful. His words fall like nectar from a tree. I thought he liked me, but he only had eyes for the gold around my neck. Because it belongs to me. Why would he be carrying around a gift for his betrothed on a voyage such as this? It makes no sense. Because he's a thief trying to make a quick profit. That pendant is mine. It reminds me of my parents and my home. I admit that I was attracted to Yaus. Got too involved for my own good. But he just wanted to get his hands on my pendant. Your belief in me is gratifying. I thought I had lost the pendant forever, and with it, my one remaining connection to my home and my parents. Thank you for your help. Now...
I have nothing to say to you, or to that conniving witch, Azita, either. Believe me, I won't dally with another sea trollop ever again.
Been on the lookout for that. Over so soon.
Reekers aren't usually that much. Ever met a Reeker? I hate those sneaky little bastards. My hunting party got ambushed by Reeker raiders of all things. They were organized and their leader was powerful. He used magicka. They dragged off 2 of our hunters, including my twin sister Zubisha. You do that? Maruk took 2 hunters and went after Zubisha and Therig. But we're all tired and not used to being out on our own. If you can kill the Reeker chief and acquire his totem, I'll be able to save face with the clan elders. Maruk's probably the strongest in our party. He took the uninjured hunters and went after the Reeker. I think they headed toward the cave in the cliffside. Yeah, maybe. This was our first time out on our own, and things didn't go as planned. I'm responsible for what happened. Dorga's death is on my shoulders, and on the Reekers. But I don't want to lose any more of my friends. It was my idea. I wanted to show we were ready to help our clan. Prove ourselves, you know? We wanted to see if we could make a kill without the help of an older hunter. Well, most of us anyway. Jazim just tagged along to be with his brother. With all the outsiders coming to Rothgar, we wanted to prove our worth. Show we can handle ourselves. Gather meat, furs, provide for the clan. Never expected to get ambushed by Reekers, though. With your help, maybe we can make this right. I know it sounds strange, but the Reekers behaved like a raiding party. I even saw their leader bark commands in some gibberish language. If I don't salvage this, make things right, I'll bring shame to my mother. She's the hunt wife of our clan. The chieftain won't give up the totem willingly. But if I can give the totem to our elders and bring most of our hunters home, it will prove we aren't totally incompetent. I'll answer for what happened, but I want to make it as right as I can.
Good to get stocked up.
My head. It hurts like a skinned horker. One of those Reeker hit me with a damn rock! Orgotha, always giving orders. Thinks she was the hunt wife and not her mother. I just need to clear my head. Gotta find Avreg and Jasim. Don't want to add losing them to the list of today's embarrassments. They headed toward the cave up in the cliffs the last time I saw them. Right after that Reeker got the drop on me. Should have been back by now. Maybe you can find them? I'll make my way back to camp as soon as my ears stop ringing.
What do you need? People say fish smell bad. I say anything smells bad if you leave it out long enough. Should keep you on your toes a while.
I was fine until I stopped to rest. That's when I noticed that one of those damn Reekers bit me. That makes two of us. But I'm more concerned about my little brother. He ran off to find our friends with only his stupid cat to help him. Look, if you could convince Jasim to get his arse out of there, I'd be grateful. Just watch out for the Reekers. Yeah, raised it from a kitten and loves it all to pieces. Between you and me, my brother isn't an average orc. He's a little different. Just find Jas and the others before the Reeker do something awful to them, all right? Tracked? I guess so. They weren't really trying to hide their path. Unfortunately, they were waiting for us just outside the cave. Speaking of which, did you happen to run into a big orc named Maruk? One of the Reekers cracked a rock on his head. That Orgotha, always thinking. She'll make a great hunt wife one of these days. I'm sure the Reeker leader is somewhere inside. Just find my brother and the others before you rile up the blue buggers. All this fighting is still kind of new to us.
Give him a fight.
Have you happened to see a small golden cat run by? She's ever so obstinate and loves to explore. Sometimes I think she's a better orc than I am. You met Ovreg, did you? We look nothing alike, but he's the best brother I've ever had. I was trying to find the other hunters when Winks decided to go exploring without me. Stupid cat isn't afraid of anything. Hey, wait a moment, who are you? That's what I'm doing. But I lost track of Zubisha and Thereg when Winks got away from me. And there are an awful lot of Reekers in here. If you find the hunters, I'll look for Winks. Sound good to you? You want me to abandon my companions? And poor Winks? That's not how orcs do things. That's not the orc way. Besides, I may have been raised by orcs, but I'm a Khajit. In case you haven't noticed, we're stealthy. At least, that's what I've read. The same way as any orc. A snow bear left me near a warm forge. I'm just fooling. An orc hearthwife found me wandering in the woods and took me in. She raised me and my brother like other orc cubs. Taught us to fight and hunt and break things. Never met another Khajit, but I'd like to one day. This one is pleased to meet you. I read they speak different. I practice when I can. I have a book about Khajit culture. Fascinating stuff, but my hearth mother doesn't approve. Ovreg and the orcs are my real family. But if you mean about where I came from, no. I had this moon medallion when they found me. My hearth mother says it brings me good luck, but not so much today. You don't miss what you never had, though, right? Winks, where did you get to, you bad kitty? Despair.
room for improvement. Need something? And down they go.
I'm starting to get the hang of this stealth thing. That ogre is there. Hey, what's this place? It's so big. Find anything interesting? You look like the hearth mother whose horker roast comes out of the oven and the nose ring she thought she lost is poking out of the gravy. So, what did you find? Can I see that? Sounds like Khajit jewelry, but it's strange that you found it in an old orc ruin. It's just like mine. Exactly the same. And look how the bag was placed near these odd pillars. I think it's a puzzle. I love maybe. One of my dreams is to find out where I came from. Well, and then learn that I'm part of a royal Khajit bloodline. I'm sure these pillars are some sort of puzzle. Must be a hint around here that will help us solve it.
I saw a flash. I think there's something over there. Do you think that scroll was left for me? Let me see that. Zeshara. My mother's name was Zeshara, and my sire was Ozin. I didn't remember that. The Hearth Mother said that a hunting party found me wandering in a snowstorm, too cold even to cry. They took me back to the stronghold. They did. They've always been good to me. The Hearth Mother, my brother Avreg, Orgotha, and others. I'm an orc, even if I don't look like one. But maybe my parents were rescued. Let's look for more clues. Maybe my Khajit family is still alive. They must have gone deeper into the ruins. Follow me! A riddle. She's playing with her child. Let's search this chamber. Get him. Mother. I think she made these puzzles so that her child...
with simple spells. I think I remember playing this game when I was very young.
Easy. What?
Don't know who you are, but at least you're not a short, hostile Reeker. I'll live. But you need to find Zubasha. The Reeker chieftain dragged her off. Something bad is going to happen to her, I just know it. All right. I'll sneak out of here and make my way back to the camp. When you find the chieftain, make sure you hurt him a lot before you kill him. He won't let Zubasha go if there's a breath still in him.
Hey, stay with me! You should have run.
Help! Is someone out there? Please help me! That Reeker chief was very improper. He kept stroking my braid. Are the others all right?
Do you think they remained in these ruins, looking for me? It took a while, but I guess I did. It happened so long ago. I don't really remember her, or my people. I'm not sure how I feel about all this, but I need to find Winks. Maybe my mother left something else for me. I'll look for more puzzles. And my cat. She's around here somewhere. I just know it. Another note. Maybe it's another riddle. Look, that vase. Do you think that's a little smiling moon? She hid them with simple spells. I think I remember playing this game when I was very young. How can my heart hurt so much for someone I never knew? I think you're right. Making these puzzles seemed to give her some small amount of hope in a difficult situation. I still need to find my cat. I'll scout ahead and see if my mother left anything else for me. Disappear! I found my mother. I was a fool to think my family might still be alive. I didn't think it would hurt this much. She left those silly notes and puzzles for me. She loved her son. She loved me. I'm Jasim, but I'm also Elzar. No, not completely. They're my family too, you know. My mother said that I have trade and travel in my blood. I might go to Orsinium. Apprentice myself to a merchant for a while. See how that feels. Yes, it is, isn't it? Maybe I'll contact someone in Mistral. Ask about Zeshara and Azin. I'd like to learn more about them. I'm going to stay here a while longer. Pay my respects, you know. Then I really have to go find my cat. Farewell, Mother.
Well, it sure is something. Now what?
Thanks for rescuing my sister and the other hunters. But tell me, were you able to acquire the Reeker Chief's totem? Meeting you was the best thing that happened to us today. You have our thanks. I'll tell you though, I'm not looking forward to explaining all this to my mother the Huntwife or to our clan chief. Of course, we lost a few fine young orcs today and it was my fault. I secured permission to go out on our own. I led the hunting party. And I failed to spot the Reeker lair. That's how they were able to get the drop on us. After I make sure we get back to the clan safely, maybe I'll go and see the new city they're building. I've heard it's quite grand. In spite of my mistakes, we got the Reeker's totem and saved most of the hunting party. Thanks to you.